welcome to episode 5 of Wargame Wednesday. This time we're going to be playing AT-43 again like we did last week, but this time we've actually read the rulebook a couple more times so that
on the internet.
yeah, clearly, so that we actually play it correctly. Unfortunately, the last week's game had been the first time we played AT-43 in a year, so we were a little bit rusty on it. But as you can see, we've got the table laid out. We're playing mission number 3, which is hold the position. And in hold the position, not assume the position, in hold the position, there are a certain number of objectives that the defender and attacker are contesting. There is Alpha over there, Bravo, Charlie, and
Spadooch.
that double stacked box of crates is Delta.
No, Doctor.
Oh, sorry.
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Doctor.
You're right. Doctor, that's the one. It's over
what
here.
We're playing is
right.
Doctor.
Yeah, we're playing Doctor with wargame models. Anyhow, the objective in this mission is you gain a victory point at the end of each turn for controlling one of those objectives. And in order to control it, you have to have an infantry model within 2.5 centimeters of it. Generally, walkers don't count for scoring except for the frontline sub-list of Red Blok, where they do, but that's not the list I've taken
I think
because...
Cog have something like that too.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway, the point here is normally this mission uses reserves, but we elected not to because we wanted this contest to be as bloody as possible. So you see that compared to last week, there's a whole lot less terrain on the board. In fact, there's pretty much not enough terrain for the volume of forces we have on the table. And
we went with little terrain and 25,000 point lists. So.
Right, these are 2,500 point lists. So there's a lot more guns and a lot more bigger walkers. Over here you'll see I have a Hetman, finally.
I was going to take a fire crawler. I was legit debating taking one.
And we also, I also have a couple of Nakovalnys, and we've realized that yes, they cannot in fact shoot over the crates. So they are deployed over behind terrain they can actually shoot over.
It's ridiculous to play 4K.
Why you see G's UNA models back here, they're not actually deployed because in this scenario they come in from the table edge on his first turn, since I ended up as the defender in this scenario. So we're going to get the first turn going, and then we'll be back after that to show you where things, how things have transpired.
So basically, all our stuff is on the board. Laura got...
Hold on. I'm going to show them where you deployed all your stuff. So he brought in some shock tack arms and steel troopers over there behind the Oni crate. Star troopers, whatever.
It matters.
He's got his Type 2 walker, which is called a...
Defender Snake.
Over there with some other dudes behind it.
Steel troopers.
Yep. And then he's got some steel tacks.
Steel troopers and 2 fire toads.
Yep.
Steel tack arms, steel troopers, and 2 fire toads.
Yep.
And yeah, Laura basically didn't really move all that much except for his Dragomirovs. That's all you really moved, right?
Correct. My Dragomirovs moved, and I lost one of them before they moved and shot and did nothing. And I have a few of my units are in... Well, one of my units is in Overwatch. 2 of my units are in Overwatch over there. The Krasny Soldati and the Nakovalnys. Everything that can take cover has taken cover. And I used my Hetman to actually manage to do a couple of points of damage to one of his fire toads, which hopefully he won't be able to repair before I get to shoot at that thing again. And that's pretty much it. I rolled a bunch of dice and didn't do that much with them. And so next turn we're going to see what happens. So at the conclusion of this turn, I have 3 VPs because I control 3 objectives. No,
oh, yeah, because you moved them.
Yeah, because I moved them. Yeah, it was not worth it. So, yeah, I've got 3 victory points, and we'll see what happens at the end of the next turn. Okay, so here we are at the end of turn 2, and some shit has gone down. I have managed to pick off one of his fire toads. I have killed 2 out of his 3 steel tacks, and I have killed one dude out of his unit of Star Troopers, and 3 dudes out of his unit of, what were those behind the snake type 2 walker thing?
Steel Troopers. You killed
Okay.
a lot of Steel Troopers.
Steel Trooper bodies everywhere. This turn I lost
2 guys.
3 or 4 guys out of my Krasny Soldati. But I
guys.
picked up 3 victory points for being in range of some stuff and of the objectives. And it's looking like things are pretty hard for the attackers in this scenario, particularly since we elected to go for the bloodiest possible method and not have any reserves. We're making some progress here. And one really neat thing with this game that I wanted to mention as an aside is you can go on online, and we'll put a link in this video to an army builder for 1843 that you can download.
No, we won't. Make your own army builder, assholes.
Jerk. And that it lists all the units, specialists. So it's really cool.
I just want to mention one other thing. If you don't like the free army builder, TYG produces a disc-based army builder that's $80 for half the army and then $80 for the other half.
No,
We'll
no,
never
we
update
don't.
it.
No, we don't, because we are not Games Workshop.
I love that. I love that they did that.
That's awesome. So yeah, so I mean, you get some.
fucking UNA on one disc.
Yeah, you get some really cool views of the different units here, but then by necessity, this type of scenario means that most of the movement activity is on the attacker's side. So the table's been pretty static so far because of it's an in-camp defender scenario, and with a limited amount of terrain, you pretty much got to get in terrain and stick to it if you're a defender. Particularly since I have a lot of Dragunov commando squads that have sniper rifles that can't shoot if the unit moves.
Well, they still shoot. They just don't get the ability.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, they still shoot.
They just don't get the sniper
it's like
ability.
from the hip.
Okay.
I just
They
fucking
just
shoot.
360 no scope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need a scope.
So here we are at the at the end of turn 3 of this particularly gruesome game of AT-43.
Exclusive for me.
Yeah, it's. I lost most of this Krasny Soldati squad, and I lost both of my Nakolvanis, which are over there behind a product placement. Accidental. So, on the other hand, you notice there used to be some units over here.
Sponsor.
G lost a unit of
lost a bunch of units.
Steel Troopers.
And
He
Steel
lost a
Tac
unit of Steel Tac Arms, and
That's it.
that's it for now. And he took yeah, that's it for that moment. And so he's still got a unit of Shock Tac Arms over there, along with his squad of things that he didn't move because I have this unit of Dragunov Commandos with 3 snipers in Overwatch, so he didn't want to move into their field of fire and get, like, violated in places he didn't wish to be violated. My Hetman shot at something and I think it did a point of damage, right? Might have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's about it for now. So I now have 9 victory points. So if I can secure
The game's over.
1 victory point next turn, which I will be able to, I will pull out the win. So this game is going to go to me no matter pretty much what happens, unless my entire list dies this turn, which
isn't
is
gonna happen.
reasonably unlikely.
We
So
would just call it, but I want to try something stupid this turn.
yeah, okay. So G wants to try something stupid, which is good because so far I feel like this video's been a little drier than I'd like. So let's get some.
Well, that's because this mission's been a joke. I can't kill anything.
Yeah, you've been rolling so bad, it's
I have a defender
unbelievable.
snake. Its missiles like to target the ground. Son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
to be honest, that defender snake should do that. He's got hiding behind that building over there because it doesn't need line of sight to shoot if it has something else laser designate targets for it. It should do 4 points of damage a turn. It's done a total of 4 points of damage all game. So yeah, it's been like.
You killed a Nakovani.
So here we are at the end of turn
I'm on to you, Vladimir. Please.
5 or 6, whatever. It doesn't really matter.
No, I'm on turn 4.
Oh yeah, it must be turn 4. So we were at the end of turn 4. We always forget what fucking turn it is.
I know. We gotta get like one of those clock things. Counters, like the chess counters.
Yeah, the time clocks. They use those in War Machine actually.
Like War Machine
So
Series.
as you might notice from looking around this board, there are a lot of models that are no longer here because a ton of crap died. Notwithstanding that, I lost my Hetman. I lost one squad of Dragonov Commandos because that right there. No, that was the turn before.
Oh, was it?
You see that last remaining shock attack arm. Those 3 attack arms basically use their flamers to utterly friggin' annihilate the squad that was over here. And I lost my Hetman finally because that it had to be MVP first. And on the other hand, G lost a ton of crap. So all he's got left are those few dudes in that squad. That dude. And he's got the that whatever that missile friggin' thing is. I always forget its name. Defender Snake, and that's it. But as you can see, I've got squads alive on these 2 objectives, so I get 2 LP, no VP. So I hit 11, and therefore the game is over. And what we've ascertained here is that we need to pick the scenario first, and sort of design lists to go with it because
Don't smoke, kids.
yeah, it's bad for you. Because if you don't pick the scenario first, you can end up with problems like this, where G's list had a lot of trouble doing anything productive to my army today, and my army was actually ended up being suited almost perfectly for
I
this
honestly
list.
think that mostly was the Defender Snake's inability to fucking do anything of value.
That's true, but also because like sniper rifles are overly way good.
We also don't have enough terrain in this game.
Well, yeah, but that's the scenario specifies the terrain. So what do you want?
I was just kidding because last game we had too much.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's the Goldilocks problem, right? But this time, we've actually read the rule book a couple more times, so that
on the internet.
yeah, clearly, so that we actually play it correctly. Unfortunately, the last week's game had been the first time we played AT-43 in a year, so that stacked box of crates is Delta.
No, Doctor.
Oh, sorry.
Alpha Bravo Charlie Doctor.
You're right. Doctor, that's the one. It's over here.
We're playing is
right.
Doctor.
Yeah, we're playing Doctor with war game models. Anyhow, welcome to episode 5 of War Game Wednesday. This time we're going to be playing AT-43 again like we did last week. We were a little bit rusty on it. But as you can see, we've got the table laid out. We're playing mission number 3, which is hold the position. And in hold the position, not assume the position, in hold the position, there are a certain number of objectives that the defender and attacker are contesting. There is Alpha over there, Bravo, Charlie, and